Well, it's time now for a few minutes with the mayor. Eden Mayor Neville Hall drops in once a month to bring us up to date on what's going on in the land of two rivers. I said yesterday the wrong thing, and I had to correct it because I love Eden, North Carolina, and there's, of course, we've got the Smith and the Dan over there.
Right.
So the land of two rivers, but the wonderful land of Eden. However you, whatever you want to say, it's a great place. I love Eden, North Carolina. So welcome, glad to have you here.
Thank you, Mark. Glad to be here.
Hot enough for you?
Very nice outside.
It's nice, all right. It's nice and hot out there.
Nice and hot.
How's things going? Busy month, I'm sure. You always have a lot going on.
Yeah, we do. And you know, as we talk about every month, a lot of activities in Eden. It's a busy time of the year. This point in the year is when a lot of the festivals and things are hosted. So yeah, it's been busy.
Busy. Summer months are always busy. So we're going to get through some of these in just a minute. Let's talk about what's happening with City Council. How's things going?
Yeah, we met last Tuesday night in our regularly scheduled meeting, and several of the highlights I'd like to point out. Last week was Public Works Week, National Public Works Week, and as part of that, our water filtration in the wastewater treatment plant were recognized by OSHA with a SHARP award, which is a safety and health assessment achievement recognition, I'm sorry, and it's for exemplary safety and health management, and it prevents them from having to get as regular inspections as people who do not achieve those high levels. So it's something they work very hard for and maintain throughout the years, and we recognize them, and they get a special flag to fly over their facility indicating that they've achieved this milestone. So we're proud of our water and filtration and the wastewater treatment. It just goes to show what quality employees we have with the staff.
Congratulations to them.
Yeah, and we also that same meeting we recognized the group from the kickball tournament that was held on May the 3rd and 4th at Freedom Park. This was a youth council event that was organized and sponsored by the youth council. This was the first year that it was ever a county-wide event, so that was a new thing, and invited schools, elementary schools throughout the county to come participate. And actually the winning team was from Community Baptist School. We had the Eden Police Department serve as the umpires, and that was a great chance for them to get out and be amongst the children in a different light, as opposed to intimidating in a uniform. So the kids loved having them there, and the policemen actually played against the kids and won. So everybody really enjoyed it. That was a really successful event.
I'm sorry, did the kids win or did the police win?
I don't know who won the game between them. It looked like it was rigged.
All right. Well,
but yeah,
good luck to whoever won.
Yeah, that one was for exhibition.
Congratulations.
We already had our winner.
Yeah.
And then I think probably one of the biggest things we did at this past meeting was we passed our proposed budget ordinance. As we talked about a couple of meetings ago, there's a long process to that. The last step would be the ordinance being adopted, which that's what we did this past meeting with. It's about a $30 million budget, and we were able to do that, or our department heads and city manager were able to do that without increasing the tax rate. We still remain the lowest real estate tax rate in the county. Nice. For any municipality. Out of that $30 million, I thought it'd be interesting. So I went back and just got some highlights. $17 million of that is what's in the general fund. These are rough numbers. About $7 million of that 17 is police and fire. Mm-hmm. So it's a big chunk of what we spend on general fund. And then you got $2.5 million for solid waste, $1.6 million for streets, and another $1 million for facility maintenance and recreation. That's on the general fund side of that. The other side of the budget that you have to adopt is the water and sewer side, and that's an enterprise fund that has to break even, and that's about $12.5 million. So the 12.5, 17, we're close to $30 million, yeah. And that actually includes money for the EPA administrative order, this ongoing expensive project that we have going on, and so, I mean, if people want to know where the money's going, of course, the budget's always available, but that's a quick rundown on where the $17 million for the general fund, as well as the $12.5 million for water and sewer. That's a break-even proposition.
So the city department heads have to meet with Brad Corcoran, city manager, and then he meets with city council, and so it's a really long, drawn-out process.
We start the process. Well, the council actually starts the process in February with an all-day budget retreat at city council, where we take the concerns and the requests from the department heads directly, and then make a list of things we'd like to see that they've asked for, that we think we might be able to afford, and some things have to wait, obviously, but we try to do what we can with the money that's available.
Gotcha.
Without raising taxes.
So the new budget will take effect on July 1st,
Yep.
right?
Mhm.
All right, so runs July 1st to June the 3rd.
And it's a little bit lower than it was this year. So, I mean, I think it's 1.54% lower than this year. So, I mean, obviously, I think that's a testament to people trying to do what they can.
April, May, and June, people start to panic because they're thinking it's budget time. Will my taxes go up? Or
Right.
things like that. So it's a tough process because
Yeah.
you're trying to keep the city going and you're trying to keep the
Exactly right.
taxes low. So
Yeah.
it's quite a process. It's recycling. Let's talk about that.
Yeah, we are in a situation with the waste management company that's been doing our voluntary curbside recycling, I'm sorry, and Reidsville's in the same situation. We have about 6,000 homes in Eden that are on our water and sewer
Right.
plan, and we offer this voluntary service for anybody who wanted to sign up for it, and the cost was $3.93 a month. We had 371 homes sign up out of almost 6,000. Waste Management is obviously trying to make money. They're a private company, and their job is to try to make money. So they were losing money every time they came to Eden and picked up trash. They had assumed we would get, not trash, but recycling. They had assumed we'd get a lot more participation, as did we, or they would never have agreed to even become partners with us.
Right.
So they said, we've been negotiating back and forth with them because we really hate to see this service be taken away. But in order for them to continue to do it, they said we could voluntarily continue to do it at $11.05 a month. That's a 181% increase. And if you had 6,000 people, you asked 6,000 people and only 371 said yes at $3.93, you're probably not going to have many volunteer at $11.05.
Right, exactly.
So then we asked, what if we made it mandatory so that everybody had to do it? What would the price be? And it was $7.95. But they would not offer us a contract. It would be a 30-day agreement, and they could stop anytime they quit making money or decided they didn't want to do it anymore. So it just got to a point where they basically told us they don't want our business at this point. The market for recyclables is really low, and they're having to pay to get rid of some of the stuff as opposed to getting paid to deliver it.
Right.
So at this point, they're not really ready to negotiate anything new. We continue to explore the possibilities of curbside because I think that's what people like having. People who recycle like having that. But with that being said, we also have our Mebbin Bridge Road Recycling Center that's it's actually being updated, and not many cities still have the facilities like we do there. We still have where you can bring any kind of glass, plastic, paper, cardboard, all that stuff there. But we're going to expand the hours there from Tuesday through Sunday from 9 to 6 to try to accommodate for the people who are losing their curbside recycling and make it more convenient for them to bring it down there. Still won't be able to accept tires. And then in this past city council meeting, we also adopted an ordinance that we decided we're not going to be able to take wood pallets, TVs, or computer used electronic
Components
equipment.
of
Sorry, I
things,
couldn't
right.
get it out.
Right.
The government regulations will not allow the landfill to take those products. So we have been paying and taking them to a site in Madison, and it's become cost prohibitive. So we're not going to pick them up on the road or take them at the recycling center because we're spending a lot of money, $10 to $15 per item we take to Madison. So we're having to stop that too. But as far as your household recycling, it should be available. And you know, I hate to say it because I use the curbside and really enjoy having it, but if you're eco-friendly enough to want to recycle,
Right.
you can drive 2 or 3 miles and take it to the recycling center. And we think we've done a good job expanding the hours so that you can get in there with it during the day. Let's see, what else? Yeah, the general statute will not allow us to take trash from anybody outside the city of Eden. I keep saying trash, but recycling from anybody from outside the city of Eden. So to combat that, we're going to have stickers made for residents. When you come to the recycling center and verify that you're an Eden resident, you'll get a sticker for your car, and it'll be numbered, and that way we can control who comes in and out and keep the costs as low as we can, but provide the services that we need and our citizens want with the recycling. It has been a long, hard process. Reidsville's going through it. I understand Greensboro's having some
Right,
issues.
Right.
It's just not anything that we can control. You know, as far as making people spend $7 or $8 a month was just really not an option at this point for our
And I'm
council.
glad you mentioned that, because I was going to say the same thing. I know Reidsville just announced it last week. Greensboro announced it last week too. So this is not just something that Eden is going through. And you try your best, but sometimes it just...
And I failed to mention that with the wood pallets, the computer equipment, and TVs, you can take that to the Rockingham County landfill in Madison for free, but it's up to you to take it there. We can't take it and deliver it to them. They won't take it from the city, that they'll take it from individuals. So if you have that type of stuff, you need to take it to Madison to the landfill.
Nice. All right, I think we were going to talk about public spaces, am I right?
Yeah.
Some things?
Yeah, we got some things going on, some updates. I just wanted to bring everybody up to speed a little bit. One of our crown jewels is Freedom Park. It really gets a lot of use. We talk about all the things that are going on there, and probably one of the most exciting things we've had happen there since its construction is now the splash pad that's been under construction. People ride by and see it. We're getting a lot of good positive comments about it. Excited about it opening, which is scheduled to be early June. So we're coming up on it really quick. As soon as they finish the bathhouse, we'll be ready to open it. There is a fee charged for it. Kids 4 and under and adults 55 and over, there's no charge. But everybody else at this point, we had agreed to $4, which is what we've been charging for the pool use.
Right.
And that was what they agreed to keep it consistent with that. We'll see how that works when we open. If it's the right fee, if it's not, we'll change it. Probably the best value is the summer package. And you can look on the Parks and Rec website, and you can see what you can buy one pass that'll last you the whole year. So that's the most economical way if you think you're going to go more than a few times a year. But people are really excited about the splash pad, and we're looking forward to having it open. And the Mill Avenue.
It's only one in the area too, right?
It is, the only one in the county. Mill Avenue pool already opened on the 25th, so it's available. We've added some bocce ball courts that are tournament regulation size for bocce ball right there in Freedom Park. And then there's a new putt-putt that's down there that has really been getting a lot of activity that people enjoy playing. And we're just trying to provide things that people like to do.
I love putt-putt.
It's right there in Freedom Park.
So I can just drive to Eden and just
You can
get
come
a
to
game
Eden
in.
and play 18 holes for $2.
How about that? Nice.
Can't
Very
beat
nice.
it. So, yeah, Freedom Park is continuing to grow, and we hope it continues. And then our greenways, we're always trying to find ways to improve those. The Smith River Greenway, we just finished a project there called the Sunflower Field. It's several acres of sunflowers that were planted. They're all in the ground, and they're expecting sunflowers within 60 days. And I mentioned that the last quadrant was planted by the Youth Council. So, as I mentioned earlier, they did a kickball. This is a great service organization, and they did help plant the sunflowers. And then on our other greenway or nature trail, Matrimony Creek, the amenities package we approved last month is almost done. It'll be done by the end of June, which is a new sign and a kiosk, some new benches, and then some mile markers so you know where you are on the trail. But that's a really nice trail. I was out there last week, and if you haven't been, you need to go the one over by the drive-in. You park in the parking lot that we have there for you, and you walk to one end, and you're at a waterfall, and then you can come back. So,
how about that? Nice.
Yeah, it's very nice. And then the Fieldcrest Road public space that we've been talking about for months is finally just about complete. I suggest if you have a chance to ride down Fieldcrest Road during the night downtown through Draper, go through there at night and look at those lights. It's a wonderful space, and people are really complimentary about it, so we're glad to have that ongoing.
Very nice. And Draper, I love Draper, and so some really nice people over there. So can't wait to see that, and I'm glad you told me about the putt-putt. Love that too. I haven't been a long time since I played, so I'm going to have to get over there.
I might have to challenge you to a game.
Hey, I'll do it. We'll take each other on. Maybe have to cover that on the air.
We'll do it live.
There.
Yeah.
We'll do
Get
it
Charles to keep score.
So to keep score, I don't know. No, that may not work in your favor. So maybe we should do that. Citizens Academy.
The Citizens Academy is coming up again. This is a great way for anybody who is interested in knowing how the different departments work. You get a thorough, in-depth night with 9 different departments. It starts August 15th and runs through October the 10th. If you'll contact Deanna Hunt at the city, she can sign you up. And like I said, I highly recommend anybody who's interested in how the city works to sign up for that. You'll learn a lot in those 9 weeks. Provide you a meal each week. It's on a Thursday night, so think about that and contact Deanna Hunt if you're interested in signing up for that.
I think those Citizens Academies are great because
we get great feedback. Every
really,
time somebody finishes, they come and talk about how much they learned and how much they appreciate the different departments that they took for granted before they actually went and visit and see what they do.
If you've never worked in city or county government and you really don't understand the process, but there's so much, it's so in-depth, and it's not red tape. Everybody thinks it's red tape. It's not. It's because you've got to meet all these regulations.
Exactly right.
So Citizens Academy, if you get a chance to sign up for that, please do. It's great. Let's talk about some events going on that's happened.
Yeah, we'll run through some events real quick. We're getting a little short on time, but the first one I'll talk about has already happened. It's called Grown and Gathered, and I think we submitted a couple of pictures.
Yeah, we got some pictures to show that.
This is a second event of that name, and this one sold out. We had chefs Ross and Amy Hammond were there. The Moorhead High School Jazz Ensemble played. And we had a tremendous amount of volunteers, and it was well organized by Cindy Adams and Debbie Moore and everybody who helped put it on. And I attended it and had a great time. The meal was delicious and great atmosphere along the canal there. The next one is going to be on August 15th. That's why I wanted to mention that, although it had passed, just be on the lookout because there's one coming up this summer in August that I highly recommend anybody who can make it to.
Based on these pictures, it looks rather elegant.
It was very nice, very, very nice.
So August, another stuff.
August we'll do another. It'll be the third one. So.
Fantastic. So mark that down on your calendars.
Then June the 1st, which is coming up this Saturday, is the, I think, 17th annual Pottery Festival.
Right.
And this is at a new location. For years it's been at the Kingsway Shopping Center, and we are moving, or they're moving it. I say we, I didn't organize this at all, but I have been and I like to go. It's at the First Presbyterian Church. It's behind Walmart. It's kind of the big new church back there that you can see from the Walmart parking lot, and that's going to be a great facility for them to move and be able to plenty of parking and everything. So that's on June the 1st at 9 to 4, and hopefully you'll come out and support that. We can and welcome our guests from out of town, and we'll keep doing this for years to come.
A lot of people come from everywhere.
Oh yeah,
right?
The potters for sure come from all over.
All over the place. So if you like pottery, or if you've never done this before, but you like to look at it, you like to buy it, they'd love to see you there. This next thing you're going to talk about is really kind of surprised me, because I thought it was long gone for 2019, but it's right back. They're talking about Oink and Ale. We'll come back. We got a couple of things to talk about, but Oink and Ale, can we talk about that? Because I actually kind of sidestepped you there just a little bit.
That's fine.
But,
you got that flyer up.
This is great, because this was something that when we posted this, a lot of people were disappointed
and
by that.
That is because it's well attended and it's well organized. It's a lot of fun, and we were looking forward to it. There was an 80 to 90% chance of rain, and the decision was made to cancel it originally, and that was directly related to the fact that the band we had booked a year out and did not offer a second date. If they offer you a rain date, they charge you for it, because they're holding their time away from being able to schedule another place. So they have to charge you, and so we're trying to not to spend that much money, so we don't book a rain date with the expensive band.
Right.
And then you got restaurant vendors, or the food vendors that have to order their supplies and show up there, and if it rains that morning and nobody comes, they're out all the money. You're just trying to make a decision that's going to make the best sense for the people that are trying to put it on, and sometimes that's tough. But fortunately, we were able to find another band, reschedule it, and it's going to be on June 22nd, downtown on Monroe Street, and the Cat 5 band will be there. We were lucky. We were very fortunate we were able to reschedule. So try to come down June 22nd.
And we're going to post this on our
from 6 to 9. Yeah, it has been rescheduled, which we were lucky to get.
So we'll be posting that on Facebook, on our Facebook page for you, so everybody knows that they can reschedule that. Do you want to go back to
this? I just want to mention, just as a community service announcement, June 11th through the 15th, Gildan has their sock sale.
Okay.
It's at the former Pennies for Change building in no, not Kingsway, but Meadow Green Shopping Center, I'm sorry. It's in the Walmart area, McDonald's area, in the former Pennies for Change, the sock sale. You'll see the cars. If you're looking on those days, you'll see the cars. It's a
lot of great socks.
Yes, they have socks, shirts, sweatshirt, anything you can imagine.
bit of everything.
It is. It's a huge warehouse full of stuff and great deals. So think about going by there June 11th to the 15th. June 22nd, Our State Magazine, they're going to launch a feature about Eden on their website. They were in town last week and filmed some of the areas that make Eden a great place. The rivers, the trails, the downtown areas, Grogan Park, and a little feature about the drive-in. And they're going to air that on the 22nd of June. So we're excited about that. And
We'll try to link that on
the publicity we'll get from that, because that magazine has a high subscription.
Oh, yeah.
So a lot of people will see a lot of good things about Eden on that. I think the next flyer you have.
Let's see, the comedy show's coming up. Yep, we've got the Carolina Queens.
Yeah, this is an event that is being put on by my good friend Raven Brown. He is hosting an adult comedy show. It's at 8 o'clock at the Eden Ballroom, July 27th. I mention this because Raven constantly is trying to do things, give people in Eden something to do.
Right.
And he's bringing he had one about a month ago and just about had a room full of guests, and it was a great night. Everybody had a good time, and we're trying to keep things going so people have entertainment options in Eden. If you call Raven for tickets, his number is on the bottom of that flyer. It's 336-589-9175, and I'm sure if you can make it, come to that, you'll have a good time.
And this is comedy. This is going to be an all-comedy thing.
All-comedy show. It was,
so, and people love that. People talk about, well, they drive here to go to the comedy show or somewhere.
Right.
So this is going to be something you can do right here
in Eden.
In the area. So
and we're thankful we have people like Raven that are willing to go out and organize these things. And just as long as people support it, we'll keep having events.
There you go. All right. And you got
one last thing, and this one's a while off, and we'll talk about some other events when I come back next month. But July 27th, the Boulevard Merchants are planning their next Cars and Crabs event, and hopefully they'll have good weather for that, and have a good turnout and make a lot of money for the merchants.
I think one thing that you wanted to show, we want to show a picture of what was going on Memorial Day.
Oh, yeah.
And let's talk about this and tell everybody, that'll be the last thing we do here, but take a look at all of those cars there.
That's a picture of the parking lot on Bethlehem Church Road at what's known as the boat landing on Memorial Day. You could not get a spot to park in that parking lot or the one to the left. There were cars parked along the street for people using the river, and that's something that we've tried to promote, and people are now starting to come and realize what a gem we have with the rivers we have. And the parking lot was full there. It was full at both of the other landings where we have parking lot. Of course, the weather was wonderful and it was a holiday, but it was just really impressive to see that many cars and that many people taking advantage of our great natural resource that we have. And it's a testament to our tourism, and it shows that people are interested in being outside, and that's something we market our city as all the time. So we were glad to see that many people there using it.
And you have not one, but two great rivers in Eden, North Carolina.
You got it.
So, there's always a reason when people say sometimes, oh, there's nothing to do. There's plenty to do. Yeah. You just have to look for it. Well, we covered a lot of territory, so thanks. If someone's got some questions about what's going on in Eden, of course, they can call City Hall.
Call City Hall, and my number's on the website, so I'll be glad to answer any question I can.
Thanks so much. We'll see you next month.
All right. Thank you, Mark.
Eden Mayor Neville Hall here for a few minutes with the mayor. Again, if you have any questions, call Eden City Hall, and they'll be glad to take care of you. And we'll be back. We got more coming up right after these messages.